It's time for the after session with licensed therapist Aurelia Anderson Thompson. I'm your host, Charity Bailey, and the after session is something that we decided to do as a companion piece to each episode that you're watching. So we've compiled some questions directly from the conversation with our guest, and Aurelia, our therapist, is going to answer all the questions, and we're going to continue these open, honest, transparent conversations. Aurelia, let's get right to it.
Let's go.
Now, in episode 2, we spoke with Lavista Jones, who experienced multiple miscarriages, but still she finds a way to show up in the world. She still wants to have more children, and she has found so much purpose in the pain that has come from the loss of her babies. Mm-hmm. So, Aurelia, when a woman is going through such a physical, emotional, and mental draining loss like Lavista has experienced, what can she do to ensure her mental and physical health?
Well, what she can do is she can go to counseling. And I don't say that, I don't say it tongue in cheek. I don't say it because it's popular. I say it because it's what can happen. Now, how she decides to get therapy or counseling is according to her own beliefs. And then also surround herself with positive people. That is very key. When you're going through death and loss, it's important to be around positive people.
Well, I mean, the people that you take the journey with can definitely dictate the way you go through.
Well, correct. And because, one thing about therapy is that not everybody is on board with therapy. Not everybody is on board with counseling. Mm-hmm. And so it's important that you have that safe space. That's why I mentioned counseling first, because that is her space to go through what she needs to go through. And then she has the other tribe, other community that can help support her in ways that she needs to communally.
So what are some of the steps that she can take to start her healing process?
The first step that I would just encourage her is to get quiet. To get quiet, to get surrounded by all things that are true, and to become aware of what she is feeling. Be present. It's called mindfulness. Be present. Be very aware of who is experiencing what she's experiencing. That is so very important. And she doesn't need to leave her house. She doesn't need to log into a therapy session. It starts with her. How am I really feeling about this? And just sit in that and just sit there. And then once something comes up for her, write it down. Put it in your notes section, email it to yourself, put it in a journal, then put it on paper. So that way she has a point of reference for when she kind of comes out of that emotion. And then if she needs to, show her partner, if she needs to show her counselor, she has it there.
Now, we're talking about Lavista because she was in the episode, but clearly she is in a different space than some women who may be experiencing what she experienced currently. Mm-hmm. What do you say to women who are like, you know what, that silence is way too loud, sis? That's a very real thing.
It is. And so that's what we have to get comfortable with. We have to get comfortable with silence. And for individuals who have a difficult time with silence, you can play some soft music. You can play wind music, but it's very important, especially my clients with trauma. Individuals who have trauma histories, mindfulness is so key because we're helping them it's called psychomotor skills. We're helping them to release the trauma from their bodies. You become aware and present of what's happening physiologically. And so to do that, it's really be aware, you've got to get quiet. But I say that's why I always kind of start with counseling, a trained professional to help you walk through these exercises.
The therapist is going to help you walk through it. But what about friends, family, loved ones, the support crew? How can we support a woman who has just experienced pregnancy loss?
The first thing, and like your guest, the first thing I would say for her village, for her people, is to validate her experience. The very first thing, validate her experience. If she says, this traumatized me, validate her experience. If she says, this is making me anxious, validate her experience. If she says, this is so painful, it's like, and then fill in the blank, validate her experience. People just want to know that you hear them, that what they're saying, that their story is valid. It doesn't have to make sense to you because it's not you. And so first validate their experience, but then also hope with them. She hopes to add to her family. So hope with them. Be hope bearers. Even if you have your doubt, hope with them. That's all they need you to do, is to latch on to their vision. Hope with them.
Oh, that's good. Validate and hope with them in support of holding space for them. That's good. Yeah. Well, thank you for those nuggets of knowledge. And we'll have more of that after episode 3. See you then.